Hello everybody and welcome to Goodison Park. Premier League 2 football on a Monday night. It's Everton against Brighton Hove Albion. Graham Stewart is my co-commentator tonight. It's always fantastic opportunity for these young boys to play here at Goodison Park on that pitch.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, just looking behind us, it's an incredible pitch. We've always known that, but, you know, the stadium, you know, it just makes it a bit more real as a game, doesn't it?
Would it be difficult for the players, the younger players particularly, who might not have played here before, to concentrate solely on the task in hand for the first 5 or 10 minutes rather than look around and think, wow, I'm at Goodison?
Yeah, well, you'd like to think they'll be concentrating on the game more than the surroundings, but, you know, it can affect young players, especially at times, but you would like to think inside the first 5 minutes that professional heads are on and they settle down and play the game and they'll be fine.
Ellis Sims starting tonight for Everton, which is good news.
Yeah, very good news. I mean, if I was Ellis now, I'd be thinking to myself, there's an opportunity, first team wise. You know, Dominic's still out injured. You know, nobody else is in really red-hot form at the moment. It's a great opportunity for Ellis to, you know, put his name on, you know, in the mix, really. Yeah. And so hopefully a good performance. We know he's been out injured, so he needs to get himself up to speed. But this is a great opportunity, and he should be using this as a chance to show Rafa what he's all about.
Somebody else that can use these under-23 games as a platform to show his abilities is Tyler Onyango. Came on for the last knock-ins at Manchester City, but what I like about that is he's been part of the first team squad. He came on, albeit for a few minutes yesterday, but he's still playing tonight.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be, shouldn't it? I mean, he gets a taste of first team action, but his bread and butter is here tonight because he needs to get his fitness levels up, as does Ellis, and he needs to be showing everybody at the football club that he's ready to make that step up into the first team squad on a regular basis. And again, you know, there's opportunities there. If they can go out there and grasp it, there's got to be opportunities because, let's be honest, we're not in great form at this moment in time.
David Unsworth's side went through a sticky patch in the midway point of the season so far, but they seem to have come out the other end, and it's only 2 defeats in the last 6, and one of those was against Hartlepool, so we'll wipe that one away. They come here in good nick. Yeah,
they do. Big confidence boost to beat Manchester City as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're normally one of the top under-23 sides, aren't they? So that'll be done the lads' confidence a world of good. And they've just got to go out and perform. And in Brighton, again, another decent side. I think they're sat 4th in Premier League 2 as well. Yeah. So it's going to be a test, but one that hopefully we can pass with flying colours.
And hopefully there'll be a few supporters up there in the upper Bullens to cheer the lads on. It's Everton against Brighton in Premier League 2 here at Goodison Park. And earlier this week, we spoke to the Blues assistant manager, John Ebrell.
John, you had a bit of a difficult start to the season, but results have really picked up recently, and you got a great win against Manchester City last time out. What have been the keys to the upturn in results?
I think basically it's just been young players coming to terms with the league, you know, the physicality of the league, and just coming to terms with it, adjusting, which they've done really well recently. And we know the good players. It's just a case of them being able to have the platform to perform at this level. The game against City was you mentioned a great case in point, really, of them being able to cope physically, mentally, and obviously we know they can play. So that was a great sort of fillip for them in terms of where they're at the moment.
You mentioned it is a very young group this season. I know it's still early in the campaign, but what are the main things that you've seen develop at this stage?
Yeah, I think it's just that understanding of how much time they've got, in games. You know, as you go through each level, it tends certain parts of games get faster and faster. And I think at the very start of the season, perhaps, you know, we weren't quite at them levels. Now we are. We're moving the ball quickly, intelligently, and we have a good shape defensively, and you know, we're looking as though we are now becoming harder to score against.
And what are the main areas you still feel that the team can improve?
Yeah, I think it's just ongoing, isn't it? You know, so one result, the last few 3 or 4 results, to be fair, have been going in terms of performance anyway, been going the right way. And I think that the group itself is just looking more confident all round that they can perform and get results at this level.
And you play Brighton on Monday night. They're a team you've had a lot of close battles with over the years. What sort of test will you expect against them?
Yeah, it's a tough game. Always tight, tough games. Brighton. It's a club that I think, you know, all round has has come a long way, and certainly the tests we've had at 23 level, they've always had good players who, are set up right and look to play intelligent football, and it'd be no different this week. So we'll have to be at our very best and on our toes from the first minute to get a result and a good performance.
That's the Everton Under-23 assistant manager John Ebrell looking ahead to tonight's game. Now, the last time we met Brighton Hove Albion, the two teams shared the spoils. It ended one apiece, and this is the pick of the action. One apiece last time out when the Toffees met the Seagulls. Right, it's time now for our latest Getting to Know You feature, and it's with our informed striker, Tom Cannon.
Alan Shearer. Rafael Garcia. My dad. Joe Ando. Stan Mills. Isaac Price. Sean McAllister. Roger Federer.
That's Tom Cannon there, amongst the goals for the Under-23s. OK, let's start to really look ahead to tonight's fixture here at Goodison Park. Earlier on tonight, I caught up with the Under-23s captain, Ryan Astley. Ryan, the boys will come into this game full of confidence. Just 2 defeats in the last 6, one of which was at Hartlepool, and a great win last time out against Manchester City. What's the confidence like?
Yeah, the lads are absolutely buzzing, especially now we're at Goodison. Everyone's got high expectations of us now because we're on a good run, and the lads can't wait to perform tonight. We're really looking forward to it.
You and I have just walked across the pitch to get here. It's like a snooker table. The lads must enjoy playing at Goodison.
You can't ask for much more, can you? The pitch is unbelievable. There's no excuses tonight about playing out, and we look forward to it, yeah, as I say.
You've played here before, but not everybody in the squad has. Will they be human nature? Will they be playing the stadium for the first 5-10 minutes rather than the game?
Yeah, there'll be a few nerves, obviously, but once the game kicks off, everyone sort of forgets around that, don't they? So I'm guessing they'll be fine. I know they will be, and we'll put a performance in to get the 3 points.
We're up against the Brighton Under-23 side, whose season has mirrored the first team, and they're doing well.
Yeah, we know they're good, but on our day, we know we can beat anyone, and on the form we're on, we back ourselves tonight to get the 3 points.
The two games against Brighton last season were both drawn, so we're expecting another tight game tonight?
Yeah, it will be tight, yeah, as I say. Pitch is good, so we hope to play our football and win the game.
it's all about goals. Tom Cannon is in good goal scoring form. He's starting to show what he's all about.
Yeah, well, we know Tom's got the ability to score, and he's starting to prove that now at this level, and his confidence is up, and hopefully he can carry on the form. Yeah,
he's one of those players who doesn't need many chances to get a goal. You need somebody like that, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. With your striker, if you know he can score goals, all he needs is one chance, and especially with Tom, we know that. Yeah.
How pleased are you with your own form, Ryan?
Yeah, at the moment I think I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm winning my battles in the centre back, and I'm enjoying it still. Yeah, so I'm really happy how things are going at the moment.
We mentioned that the boys come here in good spirits. It hasn't always been the case this season. We did lose a few games on the spin. How much did that affect the confidence? Because this is a young group.
Yeah, it's a young group, but that's not really an excuse, and we've been through a tough time, but it shows the character of the lads really. We've been down there, we've been down fighting for points, and we've come out of it at strong performances, so we'll see them again tonight.
Good set of lads, aren't they?
Yeah, great.
Easy to captain?
Yeah, they all know their jobs and they do it, and yeah, it's a good group in there we've got.
Thanks for talking to us, Ryan. Good luck tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Goodison Park, Premier League 2 football on a Monday night. Everton against Brighton and Hove Albion, and it doesn't matter what level the fixture is, Graham. Once you hear the sirens and the drum roll of Z cars, you're ready to go.
Yeah, you're ready to go. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up, don't they, every single time. It's such a great tune to walk out to, and these players will enjoy the occasion. It's always much nicer to play in our own stadium rather than Southport. As much as Southport have been great with us, it's always nicer for the players, and it's a strong side out there, Daz.
It is a strong side. Great to see Jarrad Branthwaite back in action. Lewis Dobbins had a little taste with the first team, so was Tyler Onyango, and it's surely only a matter of time before Ellis Sims makes his Premier League debut.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to really be knocking on the door now. I mean, he's been in a roundabout for a long time now, Ellis, and he went out to Blackpool and did well for himself, scored plenty of goals for Blackpool. He's got to transfer that now, and he's got to be knocking on the door of the first team. He really has, especially with the situation that we're in centre-forward terms.
Brighton Hove Albion are doing well in Premier League 2, just as the first team of Brighton are doing well in the Premier League. 4 of those players, Odell Afaya, Antep Sungi, Mark Leonard and Evan Ferguson, have all played for the first team, albeit in the Carling Cup tie earlier this season against Cardiff City. Average age is about 19 and a half, so they've probably got a year or so on the Everton side. We've got a young squad, Graham, haven't we?
Yeah, we have got a very young squad, and that's found us out a few times this season in games that we've covered, Daz. I mean, notably, I remember Crystal Palace. I mean, we just the physicality of Crystal Palace's side just was too strong for us on the night.
Great to see little Rafa back, isn't it? Rafael Garcia. We like watching him, don't we?
Yeah, he's a bundle of energy, and he's a couple of times he's come on and he's added that drive and desire to the game, and so I'm sure he'll be desperate to get out there. But initially, the first 11 that get the chance to start, hopefully they'll settle down well and play some good football.
We are ready to go. Brighton Hove Albion, as you can see, in mint green away tops. Just waiting for the referee to indicate that we will be ready to go. Brighton Hove Albion currently 4th in Premier League 2. Everton currently far too close to the bottom, although it is very congested in the lower reaches. It's here a pin drop time at Goodison. We're underway. Premier League 2, Everton against Brighton here at Goodison Park. Early touch for Odell Fire, and he plays it back to his goalkeeper, Tom McGill. Brighton have drawn each of their last 3 games 1-1. Dolan closes down the fullback. McGill has to go long. There's a bit of footwork going out towards Rupion on this near side, but Everton clear. And you're right, Graham, it's probably as strong as Onzi could go, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it probably is. Obviously, with the likes of Tyler Onyango and Ellis Sims in your lineup, you're going to have opportunities, you would like to think, to dominate periods of this game. I mean, obviously Ryan Astley, vastly experienced at this level, and then you've got a scattering of the youngsters as well. So it's a good balance and a really strong side that we put out.
Ryan Astley right back today. Looks like Reece Welch and Jarrad Branthwaite are the 2 central defenders. Carl Jones switched to the left side of the defence with Ryan on the right-hand side. But you can do that with Ryan Astley, knowing full well he won't let you down.
No, he never really lets you down, especially, I mean, as I say, he's vastly experienced, has been around the block in this level of football. Another one that will be looking to kick on, actually.
Yeah. Here's Tyler Onyango. Came on just for the last few seconds. Not sure he actually touched the ball against Manchester City, but he can call himself a Premier League footballer. Great for him after the injury he had. Ironic he should make his Premier League bow at Manchester City, just across the road from their academy where he picked up his dreadful injury. Good play by Rhys Hughes. He is in good form, Rhys Hughes. A little blip early in the season, but he's back on song now. And here's Lewis Dobbin for Everton. Gets round the back. Can't find Ellis Sims. And you just know, don't you, if you do give Ellis a chance, then more often than not in the back of the net.
Yeah, it does. It normally ends up in the back of the net. But that's good play from Lewis Dobbin. I like to see that. If you're playing out wide, take people on. Commit fullback, see what they're like defensively, and Lewis did that, got himself down to the byline, just couldn't pick out the right pass.
There's Kyle John on this near side trying Repion for pace. He's quick though, he's the young Australian for Brighton Hove Albion. Now it's with Lewis Warrington, another player who's in really good form. Ashley's cross couldn't find Ellis Sims, and Repion can bring it away up this near side for the Seagulls. Bounces off the big centre forward. Lauren Tolach. He's a unit, isn't he, the centre forward?
You meet him on a dark night, do you?
Young Swiss player. Here he is, Tolach. Good challenge by Reece Welch. Loose ball falls for Ed Burns. And then Tolach plays it wide to that left-hand side to Furlong. Jeff Hinchy to Fire.
What's the odds I call a Fire Martin at some stage tonight?
Nailed on. One of us anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed on. There's Rupion on this near side. Hinchy. Ed Burns, bit of possession football from Brighton, but really hurting us. Sungai. To Sungai, plays it down the right-hand channel, but it's well watched and well dealt with by Kyle John. How will he find playing left-back, Diamond? It's not his natural position.
No, it's not his natural position. I mean, he has played it before, but, you know, obviously, in an ideal world, when you're on the ball, you want to be able to open it up with your right foot and play balls down the channels. But, you know, Carl will deal with it, I'm sure.
Been challenging with Burns. The loose ball falls kindly for Ellis Sims. Wide on that right-hand side to Dobbin. Slides it forward towards Tyler Onyango, but well, I was going to say Brighton deal with it, but they haven't dealt with it well at all. And Lewis Dobbin's got it back again into the box. It comes. Ellis Sims can't get ahead on it, and again it's Rupion on this near side who will bring it away.
Yeah, it's poor play from Brighton. Really, they really didn't clear their lines well at all, and the ball found itself back at Lewis Dobbin's feet. Dinks his ball towards the far post, and Ellis Sims tries to get something on it, but it was just a bit high for him. Couldn't get any purchase on the header.
We can get at these if we get Lewis Dobbin.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even in this first few minutes or so, Lewis has picked the ball up a couple of times on that right-hand side and been positive in what he does.
Here's to Sungai. To Fire. Back to Sungai. Show great character, the under-23s, in recent games when they've got something out of games that they've been behind in. It's always a good sign, particularly for young players.
Yeah, I mean, they're the qualities that you want to see our young players have. You know, that heart and fight and desire. You've got to have it if you want to play for Everton Football Club.
Throw in for Everton. No chances yet in the early stages of this Premier League 2 contest.
Atmosphere, just remind you, takes you back to those dark days of lockdown, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Eerie kind of silence, yeah.
Empty stadiums. Although when you're watching Premier League football matches now, and you and I are fortunate enough to go to the games, playing in front of empty stadiums, it just seems like a bad dream, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually. Well, it was a bad dream.
Yeah, absolutely. A living nightmare.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the punters are back.
Yeah.
Once again this weekend at Brentford's new stadium. There won't be an empty seat to be had in the away end.
Yep, looking forward to that, Des, actually.
Yeah,
get ourselves down there.
Yeah, it's our first visit, isn't it?
Certainly is. I'm looking forward to that. Brentford have made a decent start to their Premier League campaign. But one game that we really must get ourselves back on track with, mustn't we? We've got to get some points on the board.
Here's Hughes. Good footwork again by Hughes. As I said, he had a little blip early in the season, Reece Hughes, but he's played his way back into form. He's got an eye for a goal. He's scored a couple in the last few weeks. Here's Jared Branthwaite. He does look the part, doesn't he? Yeah,
I like Jared. He's a good player. He's, you know, and he's one of those rare commodities, a left-footed centre half.
Oh, unlucky Kyle. He seems a bit old school, Jared. He can play, no doubt about it, but he also seems to be one of those boys who loves defending. Thou shalt not pass. Well, it might be needed here now as the cross comes into the penalty area. Here's Branthwaite first on the scene again, but Harry Tyler smothered it in time.
Yeah, good from Harry Tyler there. He commanded his box there. There was a little bit of a deflection on the cross that came in. He says, just a bit too pacey, that ball. But yeah, Harry Tyler was good there. I like to see my goalkeeper command in his box. Yeah, Jared, he's got that little bit of old school about him as well, but there's nothing wrong with that.
It's good play again, this from Everton. Isaac Price, though, rather ambitious. But again, it's not the best clearance. They look a little bit shaky at the back. Brighton Hove Albion in these early stages. There we go again. Lewis Warrington this time wins it. Edge of the penalty area. Decent effort, that. Yeah, good save by the goalkeeper, but tell you what, no backlift, and he did not catch that, didn't he, Lewis? I don't think it's one of his main attributes is scoring goals, but I tell you what.
No, I like to see that though. Midfield players getting themselves forward, picks the ball up, shows the confidence to have a strike on goal. Just see the replay here. You know, it's a terrible angle really for the shot, but he struck it well. A nice, comfortable height for the goalkeeper though.
Haven't done it again, but once again can't find Ellis Sims, but he picks up possession for Everton. Needs a bit of help now. He just scoops it into the danger zone, and the cannons off Tyler Onyango into the arms of Tom McGill.
You're quite right though, Darren, at the back they do look a little bit shaky in these early moments, Brighton, and we've had one or two good opportunities. If we could just pick out that final ball a little bit better.
I mean, we mentioned our lads having to play for the first 5 or 10 minutes and get used to the surroundings. Same for Brighton as well, isn't it? Because
of course.
I mean, you know, the Amex is a great place and we do enjoy our visits there, but this is something else, Goodison Park, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is, you know, you're on a different level in terms of the stadium itself, so...
Isaac Price was a bit late then. He might be spoken to when this move breaks down. He might even be cautioned when this move breaks down. And the referee played an advantage. I'm not sure whether Brighton would consider that there was much of an advantage, but play on nonetheless. And it was Jack Hinchy who came off second best.
Yeah, I think the referee was just about right there. He did play the advantage. I mean, it's, you know, you can't have it both ways. You can't get the advantage played to you, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, if you lose the ball, we'll give you the free kick. It's one or the other, isn't it? But you're quite right. I'd be surprised if Isaac Price doesn't get a little talking to from the referee.
John, just ease himself in front of Pepion here, and well, his run was far too wide for Kyle then. He didn't need to do it, and it was a chance for Evan Ferguson. They're still alive for Brighton. It's back into the danger zone. Pepion with the volley, and it's caught by Harry Tyler, but Carl John got the defensive move totally wrong.
That was poor decision making from Carl John there, because that ball was never ever going out. And he just didn't. He just had. Oh, that's a poor throw out from Harry Tyler this time as well. Back on the, back into Brighton's possession. But no, Carl should have known that ball was not going to go out, and he should have dealt with it a little bit better than he did.
The Brighton guy on this near side, Pepion knew exactly what was happening, didn't he? He just allowed Carl to make his sideways barge.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, he read the script and picked up the ball. That was Brighton's most dangerous moment in these early minutes.
This time the ball will spin out of play. Everton 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0 after 10.5 minutes.
Here we go, Isaac Price.
Here comes the yellow card for Isaac Price, and well, after the first glance, don't think Isaac can have too many complaints, Diamond.
No, it was a little bit rash. As a player, you're desperate for the game to keep going on, so the ball doesn't go out, and hopefully the referee forgets. But he's just going to have to be a little bit careful now, Isaac, for the rest of the game.
There's Ashley going towards Lewis Dobbin. Infield to Warrington. Well played. Warrington invites Reece Hughes to get after him. Good first touch by Reece Hughes. Brings him in field. decent second touch as well. Wins a corner.
Yeah, good play, good ball from Lewis Warrington. Found Reece Hughes. Reece Hughes' first touch was a great first touch. Just played it straight inside the defender. And again, I like the fact that he was prepared to take a chance and try and get the shot on target. As it turns out, we get the corner, which he goes over to take.
A couple of goals have really turned Reece Hughes' season around, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about confidence. You know, especially for these young players, they're desperate for the confidence. I mean, there's a little bit of pressure on them because they come up from the 18s and they've got to try and make their way, you know, at a more senior level of football. And if you can get, you know, especially if you're a forward-thinking player, if you can get a couple of goals under your belt, your confidence soars.
Reece Hughes takes the corner, in it comes, headed away at the near post by Ferguson. Chased down by Lewis Warrington. Doesn't make it easy for Kyle John, but Kyle John doesn't take any chances and guides it safely back to Harry Tyler.
He's getting Lewis Warrington. I like the look of him. You know, he gets on the ball as much as he possibly can. Always makes himself available. You know, I've been impressed with the start he's made tonight.
He's been in really good form the last half a dozen games, but he's one of those players, Graham. Even when he's not in his best form, he'll still make himself available. He'll still take one for the team. He'll still be helping out teammates.
Yeah, but that's important. Again, if you want to play for Everton Football Club, you can't hide.
Absolutely.
We've all had bad games, but you've got to still make yourself available and be brave.
Reece Hughes. It's a great ball to Dobbin. Can Dobbin get a shot away? Spins one way, then the other. And Yongo trying to get hold of it. Ellis Sims trying to get hold of it, and it won't fall kindly for Everton. And a fire can bring it away.
That was nearly magnificent from Lewis Dobbin there, because he turned and then tried to turn back again on himself. You know, the defender nearly had twisted blood there. But he's looked sharp, Lewis Dobbin.
He has, yeah.
Swap sides. Him and Reece Hughes have swapped sides as well. Dobbin's come out to the left-hand side. Reece Hughes is over on the right-hand side. Whether that's because Reece took the corner from over there and they haven't just had the chance to swap back, or whether tactically they've decided to change it for 10 minutes or so.
Ferguson to Mark Leonard. The fire. Burns. Looking for Pupion on this near side, and he's past Kyle John. No, he's not Kyle John. That's better defending by Kyle John.
Tell you what, it was close. He didn't win any of the ball, did he, Kyle John? I think he just about got away with the benefit of the doubt there. Good turn, Ellis Sims.
Now, can he look up? Oh, nearly. The idea was there, wasn't it?
The idea was right. I think, to be totally honest with you, though, Ellis should have just been a bit more greedy there in some respects. He should have just taken it on.
I think Kyle John was a little bit lucky there.
Yeah, 50-50. He'd probably just about the right decision.
Just enough of a shoulder barge rather than an infringement. Tolach. Fire. Well dealt with by Ryan Astley. Really a great ball, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Both sides have played some decent football so far in this game. It's been an okay game.
There's that incident again, Graham. Tell you what,
it doesn't look much better second time round, does it?
He's VAR. If there was VAR, I think the car could have been a little bit of trouble there, because I don't think it was a shoulder. I think it was more of a shove.
Yeah.
There's only a go. Lewis Warrington. Past the quarter of an hour mark here at Goodison. From Isaac Price. Astley heads it in field, but Brighton pick it up with Jack Spong. Astley sets Dobbin away. What a ball that is. Dobbin will reach it as well, down by the corner flag on that right-hand side. Tyler Onyango galloping forward to offer some support. Onyango infield to Hughes. Can Hughes get half a yard for a shot? No. Yes. But then it's too high and it's too wide, and we stay at 0-0.
Yeah, again, Rhys Hughes just doing everything he possibly could just to get himself that half yard to get the shot off. Lewis Dobbin really should have been absolutely screaming at him, because he could have played a reverse pass back to Lewis Dobbin on the right-hand side there. Just seeing the replay again of that challenge with Carl John. It just gets worse every time.
He's a lucky boy that there's no VAR tonight here at Goodison Park. Otherwise, I think whoever was at Stockley Park would say, referee, you need to have a little look at that.
Long ball forward to aim towards Lauren Tolaj, but Jared Branthwaite's got that under control.
Yeah. The difference in that one with the Carl John one was the ball had enough pace to be getting out. Jared didn't have to use his body at all, just make sure he saw the ball out. Murray Tyre takes the goal kick, or gets ready to take it rather.
Rhys Welsh and Jared Branthwaite waiting for the short pass, and it is to the Cumbrian. Jared Branthwaite got a taste of things, didn't he, under Carlo Ancelotti, and didn't let himself down at all, Diamond, did he?
No, he didn't. He's got the stature for it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's a big, tall lad. Like I say, they're a rarity, these left-footed centre halves. So we need to just make sure we look after him.
There's Dobbin. He really has got them in knots tonight. Good ball in. Oh, that's a good clearance, and it needed to be. Acrobatics from Antef Tsungai, but Lewis Dobbin on that right-hand side has got the beating of the fullback.
Well, he has. I mean, and that's what comes about from the very first time he picked up the ball. He took the fullback on, and now he knows, and more importantly, the fullback knows he's got the beating of him as well. And defenders the one thing they really hate is people running at them, and it was a good ball in as well from Lewis. All our joy, or the majority of our joy, has come from that right-hand side with Lewis Dobbin.
Good clearance as well by Tsungai. He's done really well there.
Did very well, yeah, because that's a tap-in.
Corner kick for Everton. Rhys Hughes, Lewis Warrington play it short. And Hughes has an angle for a cross, and it's flicked in by Ryan Astley, and it's off the underside of the crossbar and bounces out. Picked up by Ellis Sims. Can he keep it alive for Everton? He's got Isaac Price in support. Price will put it back into the danger zone, back towards the far side of the penalty area, headed back by Ryan Astley. Rhys Hughes cracks it forward, cleared again. How unlucky was that from Ryan Astley?
Really, really unlucky, because it was instinctive from Ryan Astley there, and it was plenty of pace on the ball as it came in. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that in a minute, but in the meantime, Ellis Sims, Tyler Onyango rather, playing some decent football out there on the right-hand side.
Good stuff. Now, Isaac Price, chance for a shot there, but he rolls it wide to this left-hand side to Kyle John. Kyle John works it onto his right foot. That's not the worst ball in the world. Headed away. Will it reach Hughes? No, it won't reach Hughes. Warrington scrapping away. Can't win it. Now then, Everton got to be careful here. Brighton Hove Albion on the counter-attack, but just that slightest touch from Isaac Price takes it to Jared Branthwaite, and you can't take your eyes off this one at the moment.
It's good stuff, end-to-end stuff.
I was talking to Ryan Astley before the game. We were speaking about Tom Cannon's goals, and Ryan hasn't scored this season yet. He didn't score last season either. He was inches away there.
I was going to say he couldn't come closer.
20 minutes gone, 0-0. Just. Here's Hughes, but David Unsworth will be really pleased with the way his boys are performing at the moment. Hughes curls it wide to Lewis Dobbin. Dobbin will once again run at Furlong. Once again he'll beat Furlong. Can he get a shot away? Yes, he can.
Done, Lewis.
And Lewis Dobbin finds the back of the net. It's a fine individual goal. It's been coming for Everton. It's been coming for Lewis Dobbin, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, great play again from Lewis Dobbin. Really positive. This time he cuts in on his left foot, drives forward. They've not learnt their lesson, Brighton, have they? They've left the left back on his own. Really and truly, they should be doubling up on him.
Yeah.
Because he's tortured him every single time he's got the ball in this opening 20 minutes, and this time they paid the ultimate price. Good finish from Lewis Dobbin, bottom corner, and deservedly we go 1-0 up.
Lewis Dobbin's third goal of the season. He scored for absolute fun during the summer. He skipped past Furlong again then, had a look, one thing on his mind, steadied himself, right foot, bang, 1-0.
Well deserved from Lewis Dobbin. He's been positive from minute one, as I've mentioned, and hopefully he can kick on here as well. You know what he's like when he gets one. He likes his twos and threes, does Lewis?
Yep. enjoyed that here at Goodison Park.
Yeah, you make a good point as well. I think David Unsworth will be really, really happy with the way his side have gone about their business tonight.
And a victory here, 3 points would take Everton up to mid-table. As I said, it's quite congested in the lower half of Premier League 2. But we're a long way from home yet, not even a quarter of the way through the game, but it really is so far so good. They've been so easy on the eye tonight, the under-23s. And Lewis Dobbin has tortured James Furlong on that far side. Republic of Ireland youth player James Furlong. He's not a bad player, joined from Shamrock Rovers a couple of years ago, but he's being led a merry dance tonight. Jared Branthwaite and Kyle John have that situation under control. Hughes gets a nudge in the back. Well, he went down and he looked at the referee rather quizzingly.
It was a bit soft for me. I think the referee made the right decision again.
There's Furlong, can't get the cross in, stopped by Astley. I'd like to see the replay of that Ryan Astley header down with it.
Yeah, we've missed out on that one, haven't we? Such has been the
it's been so
tempo of the game,
yeah.
Exactly. There you go, as we speak. Is this it? Yeah, it is. This is the one.
Nice little short corner routine. They don't always come off, but that did. Low trajectory on the cross.
Oh, he's unlucky.
It couldn't have come closer.
It was a really good effort from Ryan Astley there.
Brighton have possession with Jack Hinchy. Keep your eye on this near side. The Australian back to the former Bromley player, Odo Afaya.
He's got an air of authority about him, hasn't he, Jared Branthwaite? He's really, really good. That's good hold-up play as well. We'll have the free kick, ref, if you want. Thank you very much. That's what you want from your centre-forward.
That's what you want from your centre-half and what you want from your centre-forward.
Composure at the back. Get it into your front man. He holds it up for you. Brilliant.
Whenever I watch Jared Branthwaite for the under-23s, he always looks like a player who knows he's probably too good for this level.
Yeah, and he is.
I don't mind seeing that.
No, he is. He is too good for this level. You know, again, another youngster that needs to be banging on the door of the first team.
Tyler Onyango to Ryan Astley. A little bit sloppy. Furlong wins it, plays it to Ferguson. Evan Ferguson is the Brighton Hove Albion leading goal scorer. Tolad, he scored 3 as well this season. But that was spin safely into the arms of Harry Tyler. We've passed the first quarter and it's been an entertaining game, Diamond.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say this first, what are we, 24 minutes coming up now. This has been the best performance I've seen from our 23s for a while. It's been enjoyable to watch.
Knocking about really well, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a Price just manages to sort his feet out in time, and he's rather fortunate to find Lewis Dobbin there, because I think that was an anywhere will do.
I think it was. I think it was more for Ryan Astley that ball, but Lewis Dobbin done well for him there, kept it in.
There's Jack Spong. He's got to be so careful, and it's not far away either. Well, Ferguson's claiming it took a deflection, the referee having none of it, and Isaac Price has got to be careful.
Yeah, you're quite right. I mean, it was. I mean, he had to make the challenge really. You know, there's a positive run here and what have you, and Isaac just gets himself across, times it to perfection. And Ferguson with the strike, he's just wide of Harry Tyra's left-hand post, thankfully. But you're quite right, Darren. For a moment there, Isaac Price looked like he might have missed that one, but perfect timing from him.
Oh, well done, Ellis Sims. Stretches out a long leg and finds Hughes. Ellis Sims tells him where he wants it, and now Sims needs someone to be in the penalty area to attack it. Headed away, Warrington scrapping away on the edge of the penalty area. Here's the man of the moment, Lewis Dobbin, losing confidence. Tyler Onyango looked wide and there was nobody there. There is now. Ryan Astley. Back to Warrington. Welsh.
Some clever play again, Branthwaite. Really, really clever. Most centre-halves would have just, you know, run back. But he recognised that if he gave him an angle, he could play the ball into him. Confidence again. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Well, he's giving it to us.
Yeah, Everton got the free kick. I mean, it could have gone either way. It's Mark Leonard, the 19-year-old Scottish player, who's down in a heap for Brighton. Make any sense of this, Diamond?
Well, it was a heavy challenge. Oof.
Do you know what? 6-1 off it, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, does this give us a better view of it? We'll see. And Tyler certainly puts his foot in. Fair play. I don't know. I think initially the first touch was on the ball. Mind you, how can you give the free kick to us and then book him? How'd you work that one out?
I don't know what he's done there.
Well, he's given.
He gave the free kick to Everton, didn't he?
Yeah.
Clearly indicated. Here's Ryan Astley's header again. Yeah, just in front of the goal line. But I'm not sure what the referee's done here. He seemed to give Everton the free kick. He indicated that the free kick was Everton's way because he pointed quite clearly, didn't he?
100% he did.
Towards the park end. But then he's changed his mind.
Oh, I mean, he has to change his mind because if he books Tyler on Yango, he's got to give the free kick to Brighton. But he didn't. 100% he didn't initially.
Well, Tyler can count himself rather unfortunate there. I mean, that was one where the referee could easily have let it go.
Yeah, I mean, it was
a free kick either way.
It was a strong, forceful challenge from Tyler, but
yeah.
I think he got a piece of the ball.
Strange on that. I don't know whether the referee must have had a word with his linesman, but he 100% changed his mind there. Throw in for Everton. We've been playing at Goodison Park for just over 27 minutes, and the Toffees are leading by a goal to nil. Lewis Dobbin, the goal scorer, was his third goal of the campaign. You're listening to, or watching rather, Everton Under-23s on our YouTube page with me, Darren Griffiths, and Graham Stewart alongside me, and we've enjoyed what we've seen so far. It's been good fare. Yeah,
it's been a good game. You know, Brighton have played their part in it as well, but there's definitely no doubt we've been the better side.
Dobbin, look at that, great ball. Now, Ellis Sims, can he get the first touch before the goalkeeper? Goalkeeper had to get it right, and I think he did. Well, Ellis Sims is appealing for a penalty, but I don't think he was ever going to get the penalty because from here it looked as if the goalkeeper got first contact on the ball, Graham.
I'm not sure, you know.
Well, Ellis seemed pretty convinced, didn't he?
It's a clever inside. He runs inside, picks out Ellis. I think Ellis gets the first touch. You're not having it, Daz, are you?
The keeper must get the ball because the ball wouldn't go out at that angle if he doesn't.
Yeah, but his first touch was going that way. Here we go. We'll just agree to disagree, Daz.
Well, he's definitely offside now.
Well, I'll agree with that.
In fact, he's not. I don't think he is. What's he given now?
I don't know.
The linesman flagged.
I thought he flagged for offside.
Yes, so did I. He's flagged for a free kick.
We're all over the place. Here we go. Lewis Dobbin picks out Ellis Sims.
Yeah.
Just his first touch, just there.
Yeah, but Ellis does get a touch on it, but the keeper then gets the ball. Free kick, right-hand side. Anyway, Reece Hughes, come on. Can Ellis Sims get a decisive touch inside the box and put Everton 2-0 ahead? Can anybody? Yes, they can.
Well done.
Reece Welch has scored. It's an assist for Reece Hughes and a goal for Reece Welch. Everton 2, Brighton 0.
Well, excellent delivery from Reece Hughes. Finds Reece Welch, and he's got the power and the determination to get his head on it, and he guides it into the bottom corner, and the Toffees are 2 up, Daz.
Flying.
It's a good performance. The performance warrants it.
Well, you like goals from your centre-halves, don't you? And Reece Welch has got one there.
Yep. Good finish from Reece.
Yeah, it's his first Goodison goal.
Reece to Reece.
Pair of Reeces, different spellings, same outcome, goal.
There we go. Boom.
Now then, can Everton really push on and really build up some more goals in this first half? Mark Leonard. Spong. To Pupion on this near side, forward towards Tolaj. Pupion tries to bulldoze his way through, and it's hacked away by Reece Welch. And Ellis Sims just does enough. He's making himself a handful, isn't he, tonight, Ellis?
He's making himself a handful, but that's what I want to see from him. He's got to. I said it I said it on interview just before the game. Does he should really be looking at this Ellis Sims and thinking, I've got a serious chance of breaking into the first team, because if he can't break into the first team now with the injuries that we've got, etc., when's he ever going to do it? And he should. That's what his thought process should be. I've really got to hit the ground running here and push myself into that starting 11 if I possibly can.
Good play again. Authoritative defending by the very impressive Jared Branthwaite. Well, my understanding is that Ellis will play 45 minutes tonight. Just easing his way back in. It seems to be the way of the modern game, doesn't it?
45 minutes or an hour. Oh, sloppy there from Isaac Price, but Everton get away with it. Unless he's having 45 minutes tonight, Graham, because he's training with the first team tomorrow.
Well, he may well do. He may well do. I don't know what the situation is in terms of training schedule and what have you, but you know, he's done okay tonight so far, Ellis.
They all have, haven't they?
Yeah, well, he's not been a ball player on the pitch for us.
There's Welsh. Fall kindly for Tyler Onyango. Now a bit of space in front of Onyango. Right, it goes to Dobbin. Can't deal with him, can they? Unfortunate there, trying to win the corner.
Yeah, he just sort of ran into no man's lair there, Lewis.
Unzi will be delighted, won't he?
Yeah, he's going to be ecstatic with the way the lads have gone about their business tonight. It was a difficult start to the season for, you know, one or two different reasons, but you know, it's all come to, as I say, this is the best I've seen U23s for a while.
Here they come again. Tyler Onyango to Reece Hughes. Wide to Carl John, back to Hughes again. Lewis Warrington. He just ran into a little bit of a cul-de-sac there, didn't he? He's prodded the ball out of play. Throw in for Brighton, but Everton have got to try and keep them penned in here, and we haven't done so. Dave Unsworth just checking one or two bits and pieces. Tom Cannon, you would imagine, will be the replacement for Ellis, and Tom's in good goal scoring form.
Yeah, you would think so. That would be the obvious choice, wouldn't it?
Scored a cracker against Chelsea, the Kings Meadow, a few weeks ago. A fire pulled back by Tyler Onyango. Someone else who's got to be careful. Last thing he needs is a suspension when he's just broken into the first team. You know, are we going to have the same debate about Tyler? Is he going to play 45 minutes as well? Because he's been out a fair while as well, hasn't he? But probably played a bit more than Ellis. Yes, he's had a few 23 games.
Yeah.
And he got 3 minutes yesterday. Oh, that's a poor challenge by Jared Branthwaite. That'll be a yellow card for sure.
You know, he's been so composed and calm and everything like this in this game, but that was reckless from Jared. Now he puts himself under pressure.
Absolutely.
And like, I'm not, with the greatest respect, what's he going to do from that position where he's given the free kick away? He's not threatening us in any way, shape or form, and it's a poor challenge. It's a poor challenge.
Nowhere near it.
Totally and utterly unnecessary.
We spent 34 minutes singing his praises, and quite rightly so, because he's an old head on young shoulders. But for your centre half to get booked 70 yards up the pitch is pretty criminal, isn't it?
Yeah. As I say, it's just the pressure of you for the rest of the game. It's three of us on yellow cards, and that could be the only thing that could derail what has been a decent night so far. If we were to go down to 10 men.
There's Lewis Warrington. Good strength from Lewis Warrington. Here's Reece Hughes as well. Warrington again, always looking for the ball, always probing, looking for his man, and Isaac Price strikes the first time pass towards Kyle John. Pupion, though, will see the ball out of play. It's a goal kick for Brighton, and we don't want this good performance to turn into a sloppy one, do we?
No. I mean, you know, as we say, 35 minutes. It's been excellent. Really good performances around the pitch. You know, nice. You know, Brighton huffed and puffed a couple of times, but they haven't really hurt us in any way, shape or form. We just don't want to end up hurting ourselves, as I say, by ending up getting somebody sent off unnecessarily.
3 players, 3 combative players are on yellow cards already. Here's Spong to Odella Fire, who was the player fouled by Jared Branthwaite. Scythed down, I think we can say. That's a good pass. Picks out Furlong. Furlong's early ball in is dealt with by Jared Branthwaite, and it'll be a corner for Brighton. We're up against a good side here, Graham. So the boys have started well. They played really well for 35 minutes, but they cannot take their foot off the gas.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it 1,000,001 times, don't we? 2-0 is a funny scoreline.
Yeah.
You can sometimes feel like you're nice and comfortable. One goal changes the complex of the game, so we've got to just make sure our concentration levels, especially from set pieces, is good.
Corner kick from the right-hand side for Brighton. Everybody back for Everton. It's a good delivery that, dealt with by Tyler Onyango first, and then Lewis Warrington. It'll be another corner for the Seagulls, this time on the left-hand side.
Back out there again, Spong to go out and take it on the other side. I'd hate that if I was... Imagine that, you take the corner and got to go. Last thing you really want is somebody heading it out the other side.
Well, he played for Brighton's first team when he was 17, did Jack Spong, in the Carabao Cup a couple of years ago. And he's about to take the corner from the left-hand side, just in front of St Luke's Church. Unlucky Lewis Dobbin. Odell fire. Plays it back to McGill. Brighton can come again. The only thing that's missing here is a chance for Ellis Sims. I'd love to see Ellis pop one in.
Yeah, I mean, we know what Ellis is like. He only really needs one chance.
Yeah.
And he normally ends up, as we say, in the back of the net. But he's still got a little bit of time.
Well, Duncan Ferguson and Marcel Brands are both here tonight, watching the 23s. That's a nice bit of movement from Mark Leonard, the former Heart of Midlothian player. Here's Hinchy. It's a great ball to Furlong on the far side. Ryan Astley has to stop the cross, and it's another corner, but a great ball that by Jack Hinchy.
Yeah, it was a very, very good ball. That to be absolutely perfect to get over the head of Ryan Astley, but
played in the National League for Stockport County. Jack Hinchy, he was with the Cheshire side before he joined Brighton Hove Albion. And they've enjoyed a half-decent spell since going 2-0 down.
Yeah, I mean, this is the third corner in a few minutes.
Branthwaite heads it away.
Branthwaite really nice and powerful in the air there.
Fire. Reece Hughes will chase it down with Ferguson. Two number 11s. Throw in for Everton. Sims just couldn't take it with him. It was an awkward one. Intercepted though by Isaac Price. Now it's with Ryan Astley. Looking again for Dobbin. Can he find Dobbin? Yes, he can. Lewis Dobbin's in here. Good save, goalkeeper.
Well done. He's been a real danger all night, hasn't he, Lewis Dobbin?
From the start of the game until now, he's been a thorn in their side, and it was a decent effort. He applauds the ball from Ryan Astley as well. He might.
Yeah, rightly so, as you say, Daz. A great ball from Ryan. Not dealt with again by the left back there, is it? And Lewis decided to take it early.
Right decision?
Yeah, based on the angle that he was in, I think he was too close to try and dink it over the top of the keeper. Yeah, it was a difficult angle. He didn't really have too much choice there, Lewis. So we'll give the credit to the keeper on a decent stop.
Yep, good save by young Tom McGill. Here's Warrington. That's a decent ball in. Oh, nobody there to attack it for Everton. And a fire will bring it away up this Brighton right-hand side. This is Mark Leonard. Back to his keeper. But it's just got to just see it out now. Just see it through till half-time. 2-0 at half-time is a very good half-time score.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice. It would be a nice score to go into, but as you say, Daz, we've got a few minutes to make sure that we see it out.
There's Furlong. He's actually looked a lot better going forward than he has defensively, hasn't he, the Brighton left back?
Yeah, he has, you're right.
Odell fire. Bupion. Hinchy. Hangs the cross. Ryan Astley has to make sure. That won't go for a corner because Lewis Dobbin will get there for Everton. Try and dribble his way out of a really tight spot.
Great. Done really well there,
Wins
Lewis
the foul.
Dobbin, to buy a foul. Had no right really to do as well as he had. What are we? Just about 3.5 minutes or so, plus anything else that's added on in this first half.
They've only lost twice in Premier League 2 this season. Brighton Hove Albion, and one of them was a really unfortunate 93rd minute goal they conceded against Manchester United.
Well, there you go. It just proves the point of how well we played.
They've also, before tonight, only conceded 14 goals in those 11 games, which statistically is the best in Premier League 2. So we've done really well to break through twice in the opening 45. There's Tsungai, brings the ball out to defence, and Ellis Sims, I think it was, who was penalised, and Brighton showing a little bit of urgency now. They'd love to hit one back just before the break. Good play, Ryan Astley.
Very good. Very good.
Here comes Isaac Price to Kyle John. Reece Hughes. Price. Good stuff from Everton. Tyler Onyango. Looking again for Dobbin. Dobbin
sharp he is as well.
Goal side again of Furlong. Dobbin goes for goal. Takes a deflection, and again it needs a save from the goalkeeper. A bit more fortune. He could have had a couple tonight at least.
Well, I said earlier on, didn't he? He doesn't normally just stick with one. He likes his 2s and 3s, Lewis Dobbin. And again, great desire to get himself in front of the defender. Cuts himself inside. Deflection on the shot, and the goalkeeper makes another good save. But again, really impressive stuff from the young Lewis.
Corner kick. The short corner routine worked last time. Will Reece Hughes and Lewis Warrington vary it? Yes, they will. In comes the corner. Up go the heads again. This time it's safely into the arms of the goalkeeper. Brighton have reason to be grateful to that young man, Tom McGill. There's Ferguson. Mark Leonard to Spong. To Sungi. Fire. Good play, Lewis Warrington. Oh, lovely turn by Ellis Sims.
On, Ellis.
Now then,
forward.
Ellis Sims, he's all on his own. He has to check. Can he find
Isaac
Price? It's a great run by Isaac Price, but he takes the shot a wee bit too early, and it's a comfortable save for the goalkeeper. Until then, it was a fabulous bit of football.
Well, it was. I mean, again, that's good centre-forward play from Ellis Sims. The ball gets played into him, and he's turned straight away the defender. In fairness to the defender, he did get himself back.
Yeah.
And Isaac Price had made a really, really good run, but I think was a little bit ambitious to take the shot first time. But, you know, credit where it's due. He got himself in a good position, Isaac Price.
Bust the gut, as they say.
Yeah.
I think Duncan Ferguson and Marcel Brown's watching this tonight will be really pleased with Ellis Sims.
Yeah, considering he's been out for a good while and what have you, he showed some nice touches. I mean, stands right. I mean, he's lost it every so often, but you know what centre forward doesn't on a match day. But in the main, I think they'll be really, really pleased with the way he's come through this half.
Furlong picks out Spong. He's away from Reece Hughes, but he's not going to get past. Oh, the referee's given a free kick against Reece Hughes there.
A little bit soft again, but it's going to be the final opportunity, you would imagine, for Brighton to get themselves back in this game, in this first half anyway.
I didn't see the fourth official board, but I can't see there being much added time. A couple of minutes for the bookings.
Yeah. Very tired, going to just make sure his wall's in line. Important moments for us now. We've got to just make sure we see this out.
Yep, there were 2 minutes of added time. Jack Spong is over the ball for Brighton, and he looks the more likely to have a go. I'm sure they know the time is ebbing away. The wall is 10 yards. Harry Tyler fairly central. There you go. Spong it is that goes for goal, but Lewis Wallington charges it down. Mark Leonard will put the ball back into the penalty area. Up goes Kyle John, gets a vital touch to it. Good defending, Kyle John. He just had to stretch his neck muscles to get to that one. It's a good job he did.
You know, for 1 second I thought that was just about going to go over his head there, but as you say, he strained his neck muscles, Darren, and just about got his head on it there, Kyle. Done well.
Yeah, needed to.
Just got to make sure.
Ed Burns was poised.
Yeah, this will be the last action of the first half here. Let's just make sure we defend this properly.
Deal with the corner, and Everton will take a 2-goal lead into the break here at Goodison Park, and we just about did. Cleared off the line. It's still alive. It's pumped up into the air. Kyle John again, it was clearing off his own line, and Harry Tyler comes to that. That has to be a foul, and it is. Well, the referee stopped play because there's a man down, but Kyle John, here's the replay diamond, in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I think Harry Tyler comes for the ball, doesn't really get there, does he? Kyle John does his bit there on the line.
Just head it. He sort of loops it, doesn't he? Just to buy Everton a fraction, a bit more time. And Harry Tyler buffeted the second time he came for the ball. And free kick for Everton, and this will be it, surely.
You would think so.
Referee's got his whistle in his hand, got his whistle in his mouth, and that signifies that Everton will take a 2-goal lead into the break here at half-time at Goodison Park. We've got a Brighton player heading towards the tunnel there. He hasn't realised that the away dressing room is now in the park end. He has now. But that young man's been the pick, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Lewis Dobbin's been easily the most outstanding player on the pitch so far. There's been some good performances from the players in the royal blue shirts. And David Unsworth, John Ebra will be very, very happy with the level of performance that they've seen so far in this 45 minutes. So enjoy the half-time, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more of it in the second half, Daz.
Well, we'll show you the highlights of the first half, the pick of the action, as you settle down to enjoy a cup of tea, a cup of coffee at half-time, or maybe something stronger. And coming up during the half-time break, we've got an interview with Ellis Sims, we've got an update from Bramley Moor Dock, and we've got some wonderful footage of Graham Stewart and 6 other former players in high-vis jackets, steel-toed boots and hard hats, having a look around Bramley Moor Dock, not to be missed. It's half-time here at Goodison Park. Everton 2, Brighton Hove Albion 0. We'll be back in 13 minutes or so.
Ellis, congratulations on your new contract with Everton. What does it mean to sign this new deal with the club?
It means a lot. I've been at Everton for a while now, so I'm just grateful to sign a new deal, and hopefully I can kick on from now.
Why were you so keen to commit your future to Everton?
Over the years, Everton, they've just been going upwards. They're a massive club, and I love it here, so I'm delighted to sign.
You've been at the club since the age of 16. How would you describe the support you've received from the club in that time?
The support's been great. Ever since under 16s to now, the support has been fantastic to help me grow as a person and a player. So hopefully I can carry on to do that.
You enjoyed a very successful loan spell at Blackpool last season. What were the main positives you took from that time?
It was my first loan at Blackpool, so it was obviously an introduction to men's football. So I learned a lot in a short space of time, coming up against different styles of play. So it was just a learning curve for me, and it's overall helped me become a better player.
And you've had some difficult spells with injuries this year. How are you feeling now?
I feel great. Obviously, it's never nice to be injured, especially with quite a long-term injury. But now I feel great, and I'm ready to kick on and show the manager what I can do.
How have you dealt with that spell out injured mentally, Ellis? And what are the main things you've still been able to learn in your game during that time that time on the sidelines?
Yeah, obviously I spend a lot of time in the gym, so I can work on other aspects such as strength. And when I've been out on the pitch doing individual work, I can work on different aspects of my game. So even though I'm not training with a team, I can still improve my areas that I need to work on.
Rafa Benitez has spoken very highly about you, about your attitude, about your goal scoring instinct. How have you found working with him so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I get along with him well. He's a very warm manager, and you can speak to him about anything. So I'm just grateful to work with him, and hopefully I can continue to build that relationship and show him what I can do.
What has he told you about what you'll need to do to really stake a claim for a first team place?
Just to work hard. I mean, I've come back from injury, so now it's time to kick on. And I'm sure if I keep training well, working hard, then I'll get an opportunity.
Our current number 9 here, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's been through that process. He was with the Under-23s. He made the progression up to the first team, and now he's one of the leading strikers in the Premier League. Can you take some inspiration from that?
Yeah, definitely. He's a good figure to look up to because he's been in my position and made the step up. So I don't see why I can't do that if I carry on working hard. Hopefully that will happen.
You'll have trained alongside Dom quite a lot. Have you been able to learn from him, and is he quite open to giving you little bits of advice?
Yeah, he gives me tips now and again. Obviously he's played in the Premier League, so every little detail he can fill me in on that and just help me, and I can use it in my game as well.
And just looking ahead to the rest of the season, what are your aims for the rest of this campaign?
My aims for the rest of this campaign is just to kick on, carrying on working hard, staying fit, and yeah, just working hard in training, and hopefully I can keep improving and see where it takes me.
Do you really have that belief that you can step up to senior level?
Yeah, definitely. I had a taste of it at Blackpool, playing men's football, so now I'm eager, I'm ready to kick on and play at the highest level that I can do.
And just finally, you've scored at every level you've played at for the club. What would it mean for you to score in front of a packed Goodison Park in front of 40,000 Evertonians?
It'll mean a lot. I've played at Goodison without fans there, but with the crowd, I'm sure it will just be a moment that I'll never forget, because the support's unreal. So I'm just waiting for that day.
Welcome to our latest Bramley Moor Dock update. Just one or two subtle changes to the landscape, because at the moment a lot of the work is being done underground or underwater. For this particular visit, we brought along 7 men who have graced Goodison Park many, many times across the decades. We've got Leon Osman, Michael Ball, John Bailey, Ronnie Goodless, Graham Sharp, Graham Stewart and Ian Snowden. And it's fairly safe to say they've been very impressed with what they've seen.
been excited to come down and see where we're up to, and since we've seen the designs on paper and coming down to the dock, you just see how big it is, how massive the structure is, and listening to the guys explaining what's happening right now, it's sort of mind-blowing. It's hard to picture what it's going to be like, but it's very, very exciting.
Well, it's great to be invited, Darren. I've been looking forward to be honest, mate. And I can't believe, Garrett's gone down, the project manager, explaining everything. What a project. It's unbelievable. And I think if you see it on Twitter or any social media, or when you're putting it out on the website, you can't believe how big it is and what goes into it.
Last time we came down, there was the buildings either side of the dock, and you couldn't really imagine what it was going to be like. But now the buildings have been removed and the building work's cracking on. It's an incredible sight, and I think now it's just the process that they have to go through, bringing in sand and pumping out the water. It's incredible, and I think everybody is excited by the project. We've been here before, not to this extent, but now we can see it taking shape. And every day for everybody that works here is an experience for them. But for Everton supporters, it's something they can look forward to.
What a spectacular piece of land, and the view back across the city, the view across the water. It's an amazing plot. We're working hard at it right now, and trying to put everything in place for what we're going to see in the future. It's going to be a stadium that everyone will want to come and play football in. Yes, the young players have got the careers ahead of them and will want to achieve playing at the new stadium, but those around the Premier League, those around football at the moment will be looking at this project, seeing it come together and wanting to play in this fantastic stadium.
Welcome back to Goodison Park. I can tell you that, as expected, Ellis Sims has been withdrawn 45 minutes into his comeback game, and Tom Cannon is on for Everton, and also at the back Jared Branthwaite has been withdrawn. Ryan Astley, that means, is back into his favoured centre-half position. Kyle John is back to his favoured right-back position, and Joe Anderson, on as a substitute replacement for Branthwaite, is at left-back. Hope Jared Branthwaite didn't pick up a knock there, Diamond.
Yeah, no, he didn't look like he had, but maybe he's pushing himself towards the squad for the weekend.
Yeah. Tom Cannon, good header. Always nice to win your first header, isn't it? Here's Lewis Dobbin, who really has run amok so far tonight. Gets a little bit lucky there. Reece Hughes wasn't expecting it, and he fouls a fire, and it's a free kick for Brighton. So it's got a little bit chilly here at Goodison Park, hasn't it, during the half-time break? The temperature seems to have dropped a great deal. There's a winter bite in the air at Goodison Park tonight. Kyle John, I think, will look a lot more comfortable at right back.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He will. There's, left back can be. I mean, he knows the full back job, no doubt about it. But it is miles better when you feel like you can play the ball on your favoured foot.
Nice footwork by Burns. Brighton pass their way out of trouble. Furlong then knocks it long towards Mark Leonard. Good chest control by Mark Leonard. Hughes snapping away, trying to win it back. Spong plays it wide to Odell Afire. Everton leading Brighton by a couple of goals to nil. Lewis Dobbin and Reece Welsh on the mark for David Unsworth's young side.
Well, you just hope that we keep the tempo up that we showed in the first half, because
we don't want to let them get a foothold.
Well, the only thing you can think of that will beat us is ourselves in some respects.
A performance of similar quality to the first half, and we win this game.
Yes, I totally agree with that, Daz. Look.
Spong for Brighton, busy little midfield player, to Antef Tsungi. Hinchy. Furlong. Does well, Furlong. Dinks it into the penalty area, but Harry Tyler watches it all the way, and James Furlong just gave Lewis Dobbin a little taste of his own medicine.
A little bit of his own medicine, exactly, yeah. I mean, he's got to do a bit better defensively there, Lewis. He just turned his back on the ball there, and it was way too easy for Furlong to get across in.
They look like they've got a little spring in their step.
Well, they were out early, weren't they? We noticed that. Yeah. You know, they didn't have very long in that dressing room. They were out early, sending the message that we're ready to come at you. Hopefully, we've got the answers.
Tolaj plays it to Furlong. It's good football again. Brighton are in here, and Ferguson, has he hit the post, or did Tyler make a save with his leg?
I think that just about hit Harry Tyler's leg. You know,
it was a decent effort. It was a really good move. Everton were totally and utterly undone, and David Unsworth will want his players to wake up a little bit here. They're still inside the dressing room.
Yeah, they've certainly come out ready to take the game to us, Brighton.
Well,
we've got to make sure we're not sluggish.
They are knocking the ball about really well. They don't look like a team that's 2 goals down. And Reece Welsh just gets there before Tolaj and plays it back to Harry Tyra. Warrington, long ball forward for Tom Cannon to chase. He just gets to the right side. Good first touch by Cannon, gets it under. Might have to do it all by himself though. He's more than capable. And shot is over the crossbar. Don't mind that though, Graham.
No, I don't mind that one little bit, based on the fact that he didn't really have anybody up alongside him there, did he? So no, fair play to Tom. Here we get the chance to see this replay here.
It's a nice bit of football.
It was a really good move. Paul gets. Oh, it's Harry Tyler. He's just hit the back of his calf more than anything, I think.
He knows a great deal about it. He spread himself well, to be fair. We'll credit the goalkeeper, but it's a really good move from Brighton. He's a little bit fortunate there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it nearly stuck underneath for him, didn't it? But we're still intact.
Everton 2, Brighton 0. Here's a fire. Joe Anderson just has enough to see the ball out over on the far side. That'll be a throw-in for Everton. Tom Cannon has got to put his foot on the ball. Ed Burns has it for Brighton. There's a real urgency about Brighton at the moment. But here we go. Lewis Warrington just played the ball the wrong side, didn't he? Needed to come down this right-hand channel.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there. One good ball and Tom Cannon's through on goal.
Yeah,
and it looks
like as well.
It looks like Brighton have just decided that we're just going to go for it here, and there's absolutely oceans of space for Tom Cannon if we can just pick the right ball out and he can make the right runs, because they're just pushing bodies forward for England.
There's Burns. Leonard back to Burns again.
I mean, basically the two fullbacks. I mean, Furlong here on the left-hand side is pushed so far forward, it's untrue. And they've just said, right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. You two centre-halves are going to go up against the centre-forward. You look after the centre-forward. You fullbacks push on. Take the game to Everton. Let's see if Dobbin wants to defend. Let's see if, Reece Hughes wants to defend, because it was too easy for them first half.
Well, the fullback Furlong there was further forward than the left winger, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Could be a different proposition, Brighton, in this second half. It's a throw in for the Seagulls. Andrew Crofts, the manager of Brighton. You remember him, he played for Norwich, played for Charlton, 29 caps for Wales. He's clearly given his players a mandate to get forward at every opportunity in this second half and test Everton's mettle. Pupion. It's a little bit lucky. Leonard lays it back to a fire. Early ball, not the best ball, but it still reaches Ferguson. Shooting chance for Ferguson, and he's hit the post, Ferguson. And I'll tell you what, Brighton Hove Albion are out of the traps at some pace in this second half, and Everton can't get the ball. Here they come again. He was unlucky then, Ferguson. He's already scored 6 goals, the young man, this season for Brighton, and he was a lick of paint away from making it 7. And if Brighton score to make it 2-1, we have got a game on our hands.
We really will have a game on, and there he goes again, Furlong. Well, that's better from Lewis. Dobbin there.
Not the best ball back from Onyango, though. It's too tight on this near side, and Everton have a throw in. But Evan Ferguson, he's only just turned 17. He's a big lad for 17.
Yeah, he is as well. I mean, the ball comes through here, and it's a really good inventive piece of play, actually. First time ball in, gets the return back, and as you say, Daz, the width of the post away from putting Brighton back into this game, and they've certainly started the second half far better than we have.
All of a sudden, Graham, our passes aren't finding royal blue jerseys.
That's why you can never take your foot off the pedal in this game.
No,
because they can easily, they've got plenty. They've got nothing to lose now, have they? They've come out on the front foot, as we've mentioned. They're going to take a few risks in terms of getting bodies forward and leaving gaps at the back. It's whether we're going to be good enough on the counter attack to pick them off again.
Oh, fire to Spong. Here's Furlong on this near side. Ed Burns. There's a zip about them, that's for sure. Jack Hinchy picks out Pupion. Pupion turns Joe Anderson one way, then the other. Thankfully runs out of space.
Well, showed a little bit of trickery there over on the far right-hand side. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't find the final delivery, which is the most important part. Here we see it again. Ferguson, great little touch. Gets it back off his strike partner and bang.
Harry Tyra rendered absolutely helpless. And Everton, well, Harry Tyler's made a decent save, rather fortuitous save, some might say. They've hit the post towards the end of the first half. Carl John headed one off the line, so Everton have done really well so far in the game, but it's a pretty precarious lead at times, 2-0. And we've just got to regain our composure and regain control of this game. And silly challenges like that will help our cause.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just try and take the sting out of the game at the moment, really, and we've just got to try and get some passes together. You know, because they come out like an absolute house on fire so far. Brighton have come out like a train.
It's a free kick for Everton. It's a yellow card for 19-year-old Ed Burns. Just takes the momentum away momentarily. Lewis Warrington, but he's played that far too short. Carl John heads it forward. Burns controls it on his chest, has a look behind him, see if it's safe to play it back to the keeper, but it isn't, so he plays it to Furlong. Burns again. It's a Spong. Here's a fire. Good ball again. James Furlong. Closed down that time by Kyle John.
They're going to have a job on their hands. Kyle John and Dobbin. They're going to have a job on their hands, because certainly on this left-hand side they're looking really dangerous.
Warrington hooks that one away. Rhys Hughes heads it on. Burns picks it up, powers it forward. Ferguson takes on Kyle John on the wide, gets it into the penalty area. Cleared by Reece Welsh. Dobbin can't get there before Burns. Nice little reverse pass by Burns to Furlong. Furlong chips it into the box, but it's into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, well, somehow, some way, we've got to take the sting out of this second half so far, because we haven't been able to live with their intensity so far.
Nope. We're not controlling the midfield the way we did in the first half.
No.
Our passing's not as crisp, not as sharp. Tom Cannon beaten to the ball. Warrington can't get ahead on it the first time. He can the second time, but Brighton win it back. Warrington half volleys it away. Tom Cannon finds Isaac Price. I think it's Isaac Price's first touch of the second half. Odelafire. Jack Spong for Brighton. Seen a lot of the ball already in the second half, the young midfield player. So is this lad on this near side, James Furlong, had a pretty wretched first half. Torrid time from Lewis Dobbin, but he's decided to take the game to Dobbin, and he's having far more luck in this second period.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it in the first half. He's done all of his best work going forward, Furlong. Because defensively, he was all over the place.
Mark Leonard still lays it off. Pupion. Into the penalty area it comes. Carl John had to get there. Spong plays it to Ferguson. Ferguson turns, can't get a shot away. And it's cleared by Lewis Warrington, but it's all hands on deck for Everton here.
It is hands on deck, you're quite right, Des. And I mean, you get the distinct feeling that it's just a case of when, not if.
Yep, absolutely.
At the moment. We've got to somehow just, as I keep saying, we've got to take the sting out of their game.
Kyle Jones down and needs a little bit of treatment.
See this opportunity again. Harry Tyre just about gets enough on it to stop the ball going in the back of the net. But we talked about it, Furlong, fantastic ball down the left-hand side.
Yeah, just does enough, doesn't he, the goalkeeper?
Doesn't he? But no, credit where it's due. Brighton, you know, that they were okay-ish first half, but certainly this second half they've been outstanding so far in the opening 12 or 13 minutes of it.
Yep, they really have taken the game to Everton.
12 or 13 minutes, where have I got that from? It's never my strongest subject, maths.
13 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm all right, I know. I'm clever enough, I think.
You look at the you look at the football, leave the numbers to me.
Yeah, you do the numbers, I'll do the football.
Well, Stan Mills and Rafa Garcia are the two outfield players left on the bench. Rafa Garcia, we know, is a jack in the box who makes things happen. Stanley Mills got a bit more physicality about him. But Everton just need to stem the tide here. Just can't get a foothold in the game. Tsungi for Brighton. Pupion flicks it on. Reece Welch is there for Everton. Tyler Onyango needs to find a blue jersey. Who better to look for than Lewis Dobbin, but McGill comes way out of his goal and hacks it into the paddock safely.
Yeah, he done well there, McGill, because it is a threat. I mean, as much as Brighton have been excellent in this first 14 minutes, Des.
Good lad.
They are leaving gaps because they've got to take the risk. And like I said, if we can just pick out the right pass, then the likes of Lewis Dobbin with his pace and Tom Cannon with the fact that he's playing up front should get opportunities.
But to give them the opportunities, we've got to get the football. Well, at the moment, we can't get it. Here's a fire. The two white boys really have seen a lot of the ball in this opening stages, but on that occasion, not on the same wavelength as his right winger, thankfully. And that'll be a throw-in for Everton. And as much as David Unsworth will have thoroughly enjoyed the first half, he'll be won't be as comfortable at the moment.
Well, not at the moment, because, like you say, we're struggling to keep hold of the football. This is a better
here
chance.
We go.
So
here we go.
Get
Here comes Tyler Onyango.
Tyler.
Plays a nice weighted pass to Dobbin. Dobbin's early ball towards Tom Cannon, and Tom Cannon's header is just the wrong side of the post, but that was a nice, swift, counter-attacking move.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about there. Tyler Onyango bursting forward from midfield, finds Lewis Dobbin on the right-hand side. And as in the first half, he's taken it where he took the defender on. That time he mixed his game up, which is good to see as well, and decided to go for the first time cross, and it was an excellent ball.
Brighton tried to play out there when it really wasn't on. Rhys Hughes spotted it straight away, put the pressure on Jack Spong, and Ed Burns is saying to the linesman, how can that be an Everton throw-in? But we'll take it anyway.
I've got to say that, I'll be honest with you, I missed that because I was too busy watching the replay of Lewis Dobbin's fantastic first-time cross.
Rhys Hughes. That'll do. Corner kick for Everton.
And this is better from us now. We've just got the opportunity to get the ball in their half of the pitch. One or two little moments. Hopefully change the way this game's been played in the second half, because, as we've said, a fantastic start to it by Brighton.
Well, we have undoubtedly rode our luck at times in the early stages of this second half, but hopefully we've ridden the wave and we've stemmed the tide, and we can make something of this corner. Lewis Warrington back to Rhys Hughes. It worked in the first half. Oh, he had the chance to cross it then and he didn't take it. Comes out to Isaac Price. Kyle John. That'll be a free kick for Everton. Mark Leonard, the offender, the Scottish boy.
Yeah, he done well there, Kyle John, because he just overrun it and was getting pushed out to that left-hand side there, but he bought the foul. Good opportunity for Rhys Hughes to come across with the in-swinger with the right foot.
Don't know why he didn't ping it in there from the short corner. It worked in the first half, didn't it?
It did, yeah. I was going to say absolutely identical to the Ryan Astley chance in the first half. It was very unfortunate as Cannon back off the crossbar.
Free kick for Everton. Great position for the right foot of Rhys Hughes. Welsh is forward from the back. Joe Anderson's in there as well.
I always say somebody go right round the back.
And it comes into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Not one of Rhys's better ones, I'm afraid. Nope. Too easy for the goalkeeper.
Frustrating for Ryan Astley and Rhys Welsh and Joe Anderson, who've gone all that way forward.
Yeah, that's when you just keep your head down if you're Rhys Hughes. Yeah. You're going to get the mouthful off your centre halves.
Here's Ed Burns to Hinchy. Burns plays it to Furlong. Nice take by Furlong. The two number threes playing opposite each other. Furlong does well. I was going to say did well to get a crossing, but he'd already run out of space, and it's into the arms of Harry Tyrer. The safe arms of Harry Tyrer.
I think the linesman just flagged there, didn't he, to just say that the cross initially had obviously gone behind.
Here's Welsh. Ferguson. Carl John, I think, led that, but Ferguson's a big unit for 17. Does well, plays it in field to Leonard. Back it comes to Jack Spong, and it's inches wide. Good effort, first time strike. Harry Tyrer possibly had it covered, Graham, but it wasn't far away.
Yeah, it was a terrific strike from Spong. good work here on the left-hand side again from Ferguson. Showed his strength and power. Plays the ball outside. It's rolled to Spong, inviting him to strike it, which he does, and it's just past
It's a nice
the post.
clean strike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everton are playing out from the back here. Reece Welsh has it under control and brings it forward to Isaac Price. Needs to get Price and Warrington on the ball and give so they can give the forward something to play on.
Yeah, they've got to try and take command of that middle of the park there.
Leonard. So it's Reece Welsh penalised. There's that shot. Does strike it nicely. Flashes past the post. Lewis Dobbin hasn't been able to have a run at Brighton yet. She says he got the ball, and I think he did. Sloppy though from Brighton. Now Lewis Dobbin has got a chance.
Open your legs, Lewis. You've got plenty of space to drive into.
Still going, Lewis Dobbin. It's a good run. Across the face of the goal, just the wrong side of Tom Cannon.
He's such a threat,
isn't he?
Great capability and pace. It hurts defenders so much.
Delafire. Ryan Astley plays it back to Harry Tyra. Straight down the middle. One for Cannon to leap for, and he does well. But Reece Hughes is outnumbered and fouled again, this time by Jack Spong, and it'll be a free kick for Everton.
Yeah, he's done all right there, Tom Cannon, you know, because the ball gets played up to him and he has to battle for it, but gets us something. But this is the run from Lewis Dobbin, and this has been his forte all night, really. Just got to work on that final delivery.
Yep. Here he is again. Ryan Astley. Now then, a little bit unfortunate there, Tom Cannon.
Yeah, it's like I've got a feeling the linesman would have probably flagged if he'd gone through. I think he might have just timed his run.
Referee's given the free kick for the nudge, hasn't he?
He's given free kicks for the nudge, but I think he was just offside, Tom Cannon himself, but we'll never know.
22 minutes gone in this second half. We're at the three-quarter mark in this match, and Everton still leading by 2 goals to 0. It's been a fractious lead at times in this second half because Brighton have done really, really well. Whatever was told them at half-time certainly worked. Whatever was in the tea has certainly worked. And they've been unfortunate to still be 2 goals adrift.
Yes, our goal has led a charmed life so far this second half.
Mark Leonard. Tolaj. To Sungi. The foul from Joe Anderson. It wasn't even subtle, that.
I'm going to say.
Well, Stanley Mills is about to come on for Everton. David Unsworth and John Ebrell and Jose Baxter, part of the coaching setup these days, have seen enough. And Stanley Mills is going to come on and inject a little bit of energy that seems to be missing from this Everton side. We've looked a wee bit leggy in this second period, and we've got some defending to do now from this free kick. Jack Spong will take it. Everybody back for Everton. Headed back across goal and cleared by Ryan Astley. Chased down by Furlong. Takes on Onyango. Beats Onyango. Carl John stops the cross, but it's a corner kick. More defending for Everton to do.
Well, predominantly this left-hand side has been a real positive for Brighton this second half. Most of the good stuff that they played has come down this left-hand side. Spong comes across to take the corner as well, and he's got decent delivery.
Yeah, he's been at the heart of everything. It's going to be an outswinger. In it comes. Again, it's quite deep. Pupion will get it for Brighton, but Tyler Onyango will try to bring it away, but Pupion gets back on his feet and wins it back again.
Too easy.
Far too easy. Be careful. Still going, Pupion well. he made the wrong decision then, the Brighton winger, did he? Because he had players to aim at, but as you say, Graham, he just waltzed through us far too easily.
Yeah, he shouldn't ever really have been able to get as far as he did.
Here's Tyler Onyango. Kyle John to Lewis Warrington, back to Astley.
The good news for us at the moment is the clock seems to be ticking down pretty quickly.
Yes,
the second half seems to have gone very, very quickly. Only 20 minutes remaining.
And we still lead by 2-0. So the start of the game, we'd have taken 2-0 with 20 minutes to go, that's for sure. So. Even though the second half has been pretty poor. Tyra. To Astley.
Don't like that.
No, not at all. Rhys Hughes does well. Isaac Price to Warrington. Has a look towards Lewis Dobbin, but Furlong will head that away. Dobbin not been involved anywhere near as much in the second half as he was in the first, and that it's for reasons like that, because we're not careful enough with the ball.
Yeah, our ball retention's not been as good as it was in the first half, that's for certain. Another searching ball to Ferguson on the left-hand side.
Offside.
And given offside, and that's criminal, really. You shouldn't be looking across the pitch and being offside as a wide man.
Stanley Mills.
It'll be interesting to see who comes off, won't it?
There's Jared Branthwaite and Alice Sims sitting on the bench. Ella is on to replace Laurent Talage. And Lewis Warrington makes way for Stanley Mills.
Yeah, I think in the main he's done okay, you know, Lewis Warrington tonight, especially first half, he was excellent, you know, as were most of the lads, but...
could have been anyone second half, really, couldn't it?
Doesn't look overly impressed to be taken off, which I don't mind again.
Yeah, absolutely. On comes Stanley Mills, and Ulrich Ella is also on for Brighton. A 20-year-old French striker, joined from a League Two side at Amiens. Had some youth football at Lens, Auxerre and Salzburg, so he's been around.
Very interesting. Straight away you see a tactical change, and Stanley Mills has come over to this right-hand side. Lewis Dobbin goes over to the left-hand side. It just makes me wonder, does David Unsworth think that Stanley Mills can just do a bit of a more defensive job than Lewis would do on this right-hand side? Because as I said, all the dangers come from this left-hand side.
The Brighton substitute's going to give them the back four something to think about, because he's a big lad, isn't he?
He is.
The heavyweight boxer, Ulrich Ella. Now here comes a fire. Will Ella get his first chance? No, the foot comes out from Reece Welsh. It's a throw in for Brighton. 72.5 minutes gone. Everton 2, Brighton 0. Just. Now then, Jack Spong, shooting chance, doesn't need a second invitation. Good save by Harry Tyre, it needed to be. Good hands to keep hold of that one.
Yeah, as we mentioned, he's got good quality in that left foot. Spong hit the target. It didn't really, it was a pretty much routine save for Harry Tyre, but still had to be dealt with.
Here comes Reece Welsh. Anderson, good ball. Tom Cannon. Stanley Mills sprints into the penalty area. Cannon rolls it back to Reece Hughes. Twisting and turning by Reece Hughes to Onyango. Astley, Onyango again, back to Astley. He plays it all the way back to Harry Tyra.
Again, important thing is we're keeping hold of the football and running the clock down.
Game management is all part of the development, Graham, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is as well. I mean, you know, in terms of the performance level, second half, it's not been at the standard it was in the first, but the good news we've dug in.
Yeah.
You know, Harry's made a couple of decent saves and we're running the clock down. We seem to have, you know, looking after the ball a little bit better.
Ryan Astley to Onyango. This is just what we need to do, isn't it? Good turn by Hughes. Now, can he break forward? No, the challenge comes in from Spong. Here's Ulrich Eller. But Ryan Astley plays it back to Harry Tyra and then gets it back again. Bit of ball retention this from Everton. Kept the ball for a couple of minutes. Just what we needed to do. The Brighton Storm may well have blown itself out. Now then, Lewis Dobbin, can he get in here?
Both got tangled up a little bit, didn't they? He was never really in control of the situation, Lewis, there. Unfortunate, but again, he's always a threat, always looking to get on the shoulder of the defenders.
And he's fed off scraps, hasn't he, second half?
Yeah.
Pupion for Brighton. Joe Anderson stops him in his tracks. Pupion, the Australian, joined from FC Sydney last year. Ferguson, Hinchy, Leonard, Pupion again. All the way through. Everton resolute, compact. There's Ferguson. Can't get a shot away. Ferguson again. Good defending from Everton.
He's 17, Ferguson.
Yeah, unit, isn't he?
Yeah, a decent player, isn't he?
Yep, he's their top scorer. Good foot in, Reece Hughes, but Spong reacts quickly. A fire to Hinchy. Infield to Ferguson, little flick to Mark Leonard. Still playing their football, Brighton, still probing. Here's Ulrich Eller. Bruce Welsh stands his ground. Eller wins it back and plays it to Pupion. Spong again. This time it's on Yango who closed it down, and he felt that one.
I know. You don't want that on a cold night,
No,
do you?
not at all. Everton just about managed to bring it away. Reece Hughes to Stanley Mills. He's offside, Tom Cannon. Well, I think he was just frustrated then, Tom, because he wanted the ball played a bit earlier.
Yeah, you're quite right, he did. As a centre forward, as long as you know, as soon as you make eye contact with a full-back or a centre half or something, you're expecting that ball to come. As soon as you look away, it doesn't happen. And that's what happens. You then go offside. It's your initial movement's the most important one as a centre forward. It was a little bit unfortunate.
There's Ferguson. He looks the danger man. He looks the danger man. Oh my goodness me! What a terrific goal that is from Evan Ferguson. He's found the top left-hand corner of the net. He made it himself. He took it himself. And you can't say that neither he nor Brighton deserve that.
No, that's definitely... it was on the cards, hadn't we? We've said it all half, that they looked the more threatening. And he's positive there, Ferguson, and he's put a terrific shot. I mean, Harry Tyra had absolutely no chance of stopping that. And that is going to make this last 12 minutes or so very, very interesting indeed. But he's a talent, Ferguson. There was actually a really, really unfortunate clash there just before that. Spong and Mills there just clashing. It was a total accident, but...
Todd Miller is on, by the way, for Jack Hinchy for Brighton.
Right, let's see, can we dig in and see this out? This is going to be a test of our character now.
Here's Stanley Mills. Can we restore the 2-goal cushion. Surely, Tom Cannon. Tom Cannon's in on goal. Oh, he's
Tom.
underneath it. He's put it over. He was onside. He looked at the linesman on this near side who kept his flag down. And Tom Cannon will feel he should have hit the target.
I just wonder if he thought he was offside, you know.
I think he did think he was offside. Possibly, you know what? That's the guy, unless the fullback on the far side we're playing him on. But either way, even if he is offside,
he won't really want to watch that again, Tom, I don't think, because he's not covered himself in glory with that finish. He's really got to make sure he's at least hits the target. And that could be a pivotal moment in this second half.
That's a good ball. Todd Miller might get there. No. Harry Tyler comes out of his goal quickly and concedes a corner.
He's done well there, Harry, compared to him. He had to make the decision to get out there, but he was obviously the momentum of him diving for the ball meant he couldn't stop himself. So you see this replay again, and there, Tom Cannon just on the tongue. He's definitely onside, but his arms are out there. If you look at his body language there, it says, "Don't pass it to me, I'm offside." And I think the finish suggested that he thought he was.
If it goes in, it counts. Corner kick right-hand side for Brighton. In it comes. Headed away by Tom Cannon. Well defended by Tom Cannon and by Stan Mills.
Right, Lewis Dobbin.
Now then,
here we go.
Set him away.
Over the top.
Set him
That's
away.
it.
That's what we need. Lewis Dobbin. He's got Tom Cannon in support. He might go himself. Tom Cannon's got to keep himself onside. Oh, the cross isn't the best from Lewis Dobbin. And you mentioned earlier, Darwin, that at times with Lewis, it's just the final ball that needs a bit more
it is. I mean, it's more difficult for him on his left side. Obviously, he's predominantly right-footed, but again, the threat's there. Anything over the top, he's got such good pace. He's got so many attributes, but it's just that last little bit there where he's just got to work on in the future. He's got to work on his final ball, because that's the most important thing. You can get in fantastic situations, but if your end product's poor, the first bit's a waste of time. So that's something for Lewis, and I'm sure the rest of the staff that they'll be working on with him.
Here's Jack Spong, plays it to Pupion advances to the penalty area, saved by Harry Tyra. They're asking questions, Brighton
they're
again.
Asking questions, he's quite right, Darren. Well, we've got to get out to the ball quicker. He's just weaving through us there. We've got to stop. We've got to get somebody out there. You can't just back off and back off. You've got to get yourself out there. I mean, Reece Welsh tries in the end, but we've got to do ourselves a bit of a favour. Here we go, Lewis again. Fantastic strike,
nice and sharp. Teasing a fire on the far side, but
what he doesn't want to do is get in a battle of strength with him. Because the fire's strong. He's got to use his best attribute, which is his pace.
Here's Todd Miller. Has the ball in field away from Isaac Price. Haven't seen anything of Isaac Price in the second half, have we? The midfielders
struggled to get into the game second half, Isaac.
Ed Burns. Everton still leading by 2-1 with 7.5 minutes plus added time to go. Miller, has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. Jarndyson leathers it away anyway, but it'll be a goal kick for Everton. That just eat up a little bit more time.
It's going to be a nervy 7 minutes, that's for certain, because they are really pushing and asking the questions, Brighton.
They've been in the ascendancy most of the half, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
We were terrific first half. Absolutely terrific.
I mean, look, it doesn't help us in some respects if you're taking off.
Sloppy again from Reece Welsh. Away. Now then, chance for Ferguson. Oh no, thankfully it's just behind him. He's the last player on the field you want to give half an opportunity to in these closing stages. Furlong back to Ferguson. Mark Leonard, put in by Isaac Price. Ulrich Eller. Miller. Finds Eller again, real chance. Well blocked by Reece Welsh, but again, just passed their way through, and one or two half-hearted challenges from Everton.
Well, the problem is it goes back to that first half challenge that Isaac Price made, because there was a little bit, he sort of pulled out of a challenge a minute ago, but I'm thinking that you forgive him because he knows he can't afford another booking.
He was not 100% certain, he's off. And Everton are on the back foot with 11. We don't need to go down to 10. Todd Miller gets a flick, comes off Anderson. Lewis Dobbin just about gets there. Pupion strapping away, and anyway will do for Tom Cannon. But
the thing is there, he's away, Stanley Mills. You don't have to lump it.
No.
You know, with so much pace, just play an educated pass down the channel, and Stanley Mills could be in. But going back to what I was just going to say before as well, I mean, it doesn't help when you make 2 changes to the team for whatever reason they are.
Yeah.
Especially when you had Ellis Sims and Jared Branthwaite, especially playing such cool, composed football in the first half.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on here.
No, the referee stopped the play. Both managers are looking a little bit perplexed over on the far side. Can't see anybody down injured.
Surely he's not stopped the game for Ryan Astley to do his boot up.
No, wouldn't have thought so.
I think he probably has, you know. He has.
No.
He has. He's just signalled to Ryan Astley, I promise you. Oh, you've got to let it. Oh, behave, referee. Come on, just get the game going.
Yeah.
It barely bounced.
No, I know. I mean, there's no advantage, is there, even if he does control it without letting it bounce. Here they come again. It's good football from Brighton. Everton undone, edge of the penalty area. Thankfully it's a foot in, and Harry Tyler lashes it into the family enclosure over on that far side. And these are nervy times for Everton.
They certainly are.
It's 2-1, we're still leading, let's not forget that. And goes for his shoes, wants to throw in, but he's not going to get it. Brighton take it quickly, time is of the essence. Lewis Dobbin curls it away. Tom Cannon picks it up, but it doesn't stick. Jack Spong wins it back for Brighton, and they'll come again at Everton.
We've got to try and get some control of that football.
Here's Ed Burns. Well, we've had the archetypal game of 2 halves here at Goodison Park tonight. Joe Anderson, challenge. Free kick for Brighton. Bit of an untidy challenge from Joe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't too clever on the eye, was it? Just got to stay firm now, stay strong. Make sure we're picking up bodies. No free headers in that box.
Free kick for Brighton. As you can see, we're approaching 87 minutes here at Goodison Park. Jack Spong will take this free kick, and it comes, headed away, dealt with well by Rhys Hughes. Spong will pick it up again, put it back into the danger zone. Kyle John this time has to head it away. Evan Ferguson will chase it down. Stanley Mills gets there first, but is adjudged to have fouled Evan Ferguson. And there'll be more defending to do for Everton, this time from the left-hand side.
Spong again across to take the free kick. The last delivery wasn't his best of the evening.
Nope. Stanley Mills, he was a bit aggrieved to be penalised. Free kick, left-hand side. Jack Spong will take it. Couple of minutes plus added time to go. Everton hanging on here, and hanging on is the phrase. Stay strong, stay organised. Did that come off? It's a goal kick for Everton. We'll take that.
Brighton players remonstrating with the referee there as well. They thought it had cannoned off an Everton shirt, but we'll take it. As you say, Daz, and Harry Tyler will take his time, no doubt, and try and run that clock down. See a replay of it now. I think it was our ball, wasn't it? I don't know.
To come off the back of Rhys Welsh?
Yeah, could have done.
Know.
Could have done. Anyway.
Either way, it's a goal kick as we approach the 90th minute of the game. Long one from Harry Tyler, over everybody, headed away by a fire. Isaac Price nods it back. Tom Cannon tries to direct it towards a teammate, finds Stanley Mills. It's a game of head tennis. Isaac Price slips at an inopportune moment. Brighton just get the ball forward to Ferguson. Good take by Ferguson. He's got support as well. Ferguson holds on to the ball, curls it towards Miller. Joe Anderson knew what was coming and intercepted. Up goes a fire. Isaac Price as well. Free kick again. Making it difficult for ourselves,
well, we
aren't
are making it difficult for ourselves. I mean, Isaac Price showing his inexperience there. He was never ever going to be able to win that ball. Sometimes you just have to accept that and just keep them, you know, keep them goal side. Now all of a sudden Spong with another opportunity to swing across into our box.
Everton have got to stay resolute. 20 seconds plus added time to go. Everton leading by 2-1. This will be a big 3 points if Everton can hang on. Ooh. Flags up there. Is it offside? Tyler Onyango seemed to switch off there, didn't he, for a second, and they were nearly in Brighton, but linesman's flag there, you see, on the far side. 4 minutes of added time.
Get your stopwatch on, Des. You know you love that one.
I'll have my eye on it, don't you worry. I've had it on for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Harry Tyra clears his lines. Get up, Tom. Ed Burns climbs really high and wins it. Ulrich Eller gets there for Brighton, trying to turn away from Ryan Astley. Now then, Tom Cannon can take it to the corner for Everton, or at least keep possession. Oh, he's just gifted it.
Ball.
Absolutely gifted it to Spong, and then Onyango runs out of space, and a fire. The right back gallops forward, and Ferguson plays it back to Furlong, and here we go. The right back's on the left wing here. Odell fire. Ryan Astley had to get that right and did. Throw in Brighton. The first of the 4 minutes has elapsed. Can we hang on? 3 big points, or 3 big minutes away. Harry Tyler stays on his line. It might break for Ulrich Eller, and he's put it wide. And he's put it well wide, and he's got his head in his hands. And
I'm not surprised. Eller had a wonderful opportunity to just at least again hit the target. It's Ferguson again. He doesn't take any prisoners as he swings that ball in, and well,
Ryan Astley's just done enough, hasn't he?
I think you're right. He has. He's just about done enough to put him off. Ferguson swings that ball in, knocked down. I think you're right. I think Ryan's just about done enough there to put Eller off.
Lewis Dobbin chase it down. A fire gets there though for Brighton. It's another free kick given away. Impetuous. You can understand the boy as being impetuous, can't you, and over eager, but we've got to stop giving away free kicks when we're hanging on in games. David Unsworth barking instructions from that far side. John April checks his watch. The referee won't be checking his watch yet though. Good 1 minute and 3/4 to go as Pupillon plays it forward inside the penalty area. Carl John will have to deal with this. Ulrich Eller gets there first, plays it back to Ferguson. Ferguson gets the ball into the penalty area. Reece Welch climbs, gets a touch on it. It's still alive, volleyed high into the air by Ryan Astley. Todd Miller will chase it down, and he'll just try and see it out of play. And comes off Lewis Dobbin.
Real backs to the wall stuff this last couple of minutes.
Isn't it just? Minute and a bit to go. Hang on, Everton. Mark Leonard back to Jack Spong. He's directed everything in this second half for Brighton. Leonard puts it back towards the penalty area. Ed Burns is up there as a makeshift centre forward. Is it out of play? It is now. It's a goal kick for Everton, and hopefully, Graham, we can get the ball forward, get it to stick to somebody in the final third, and just see out the closing 60 seconds.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, the referee
just booked Stanley Mills for time wasting.
Do you know what? I thought he was going to book Ferguson for fouling.
Goal kick for Everton. 30 seconds to go. Everton 2, Brighton 1. Brighton started the night in 4th place, having lost just 2 of their 11 league games thus far. This will be a big 3 points for Everton, and it'll keep the good run going. Harry Tyler plays it down this channel. Mills can't get a touch on it. Neither can Tom Cannon. It's a throw in for Brighton. Will there be one last opportunity for Brighton to get the ball forward?
Well, this can only be time added on. Added on time.
Yeah, for the yellow card. So he might add another 30 seconds on. Brighton might have one last opportunity to get the ball forward. Jack Spong has it. just drills it forward, but go all the way through to Harry Tyra.
That's the perfect scenario for us. Ball in
absolutely.
the hands of Harry Tyra.
Jack Spong plays his worst pass of the second half in the last seconds, and Everton have done it. Everton have held on. It was a superb first half performance from Everton. Brighton certainly enjoyed the better of the second period, but the damage was done. The goals from Lewis Dobbin and Reece Welsh, enough to secure 3 points. Everton 2, Brighton 1, Diamond.
Yeah, really good game of football, thoroughly enjoyable. Enjoyed the first half more because we controlled it, but as we mentioned there, backs to the wall towards the end of that second half, or in fact the whole of the second half, really. But as a coach, somehow you're proud of your players for showing the resilience as well. So Brighton will look back and be disappointed in their performance first half, but equally delighted in the way they responded second half. But the fact of the matter is, you look across to the board and it says Everton 2, Brighton 1, a really big 3 points for us and moves us up that table.
It certainly does. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of this Premier League 2 football on a Monday night here at Goodison Park. All's well that ends well. Everton 2, Brighton Hove Albion 1.